So start lying down on your back and have a belt nearby. You can start by having the feet flat on the floor, and you can let your inner knees touch each other if that's comfortable. Maybe you'll have your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Bringing the hands onto the belly. As long as the elbows are supported, you can have the hands, the fingertips touching each other. If they don't touch, don't worry. Just support the elbows on the floor and have the hands either side of the abdomen. And you can always lengthen the legs out if that's more comfortable. Taking the legs a little bit wider than the hips, feet turning out to the sides. So depending on your lower back and how comfortable you feel, legs outstretched, legs bent. Either way is good. The hands on the belly. I'm just going to bring your awareness to your breath. Bringing your attention onto the abdomen and how the abdomen expands as you breathe in and gently softens back towards the floor, towards the spine as you breathe out. And as you lie here with your hands on your belly, you can just watch that. You can exaggerate it if you feel comfortable to do so. You can have eyes open, eyes closed. You can exaggerate this as much as you want. So you could breathe in and really push the belly open. Breathe out and pull the belly button back down to the spine. Or you can just watch the natural expansion and contraction with the breath. And you can see that the hands are moving up to the sky and away from each other out to the sides with this expansion. So you're going to feel that you can have the analogy of a balloon in your mind as you breathe in, the balloon's expanding. And then let's just stretch out a little bit, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, roll the head from side to side. Bring the legs towards each other and stretch the arms overhead. Have a yawn or a deep breath. Point and flex the feet. And then bend both knees and begin to hug in the right leg in towards the chest. So you can interlink the fingers over the shin. And as you exhale, you're going to really squeeze that thigh onto the abdomen and the knee towards the chest. And as you breathe in, you're going to allow the arms to lengthen and the knee to float away. So this just makes space for the breath in, for the abdomen to enlarge, and for the hip flexor to have some space, so that then you can exhale and squeeze a little bit more firmly in towards you. So not much movement, but plenty of breath. Slow, mindful movement practice, linking the movement with the breath cycle. And then you can take the belt and wrap the belt around the ball of the foot. And then send the foot up towards the sky. You don't have to straighten the leg. The leg can be bent as you need it to be. The ball of the foot is pressing into the belt and the sole of the foot is pressing up to the sky. Meanwhile, the hands are giving a little bit of a gravity pull. You can make the slack of the belt enough so that you can maybe rest the elbows on the floor, so that then you can wriggle the shoulder blades down and be really comfortable. So there's just quite a lot of muscular activity going on in the back of the leg. You're not overstretching the hamstrings. You can have the left leg bent with the foot flat on the floor, or you can stretch that leg out, depending on how comfortable that feels in your lower back. You want to have the back of the pelvis nice and balanced. You don't want to be tipping over. And then you can take hold of the belt, both sides of the belt, in the right hand, and just open out that right leg to the right. Now the left knee goes out to the left too. So if you had your left leg straight, you can carry on with your left leg straight, that's fine. And nothing happens there as long as you're nice and balanced. But if your left leg was bent and the foot was flat on the floor, then just let your left knee move out to the left and come onto the little toe side edge of the left foot. So now you have the right foot and the left knee stretching away from each other, which means the back of the pelvis and the sacrum is nice and balanced, and you're feeling a nice opening in the inner thighs, hopefully. Don't go to an edge, don't go further than is comfortable for you. Just keep breathing. Again, the right elbow can be relaxed. You can have the right length of belt in your hand so that nothing else needs to work. Now very, very carefully, right foot goes back up to the sky, left knee goes back up to the sky. And then you're going to bend that right leg and put the right ankle just above the right ankle. Going to place it over just above the left knee. And you can either keep that left foot on the floor, or you can bring the left knee in towards you. And you can take hold of the back of the left thigh with the hands, or you might use a belt if there's not enough room. Or you may be able to take hold of the front of the shin. So there's lots of different options to make you feel comfortable. And to avoid twisting the right knee too much, then I recommend just flexing that right foot a little bit, pulling the toes back towards the knee, just so that the kneecap is stable. So most of what you feel will be in the right buttock area, probably, or the lower back area, rather than the knee area. Of course, this can all be done with the left foot on the floor. And then you can take hold of the outer edge of the right foot with the right hand, and you can try to ground the right knee towards the right armpit near the floor. And again, you can stretch out the left leg, or you can keep the left foot flat on the floor. So this is half happy baby. And you're just the sole of the foot facing the sky. And then let's bring that right foot down, just even out the pelvis, and with the feet hip distance apart, you can windscreen wipe the legs from side to side, just to iron out any creases in the lower back that doing that side might have brought up for you. And then when you're ready, we'll go to the other side and we'll be squeezing that left knee into the chest on the exhale. Floating the knee away on the inhale, lengthening out the arms, and exhaling, squeezing it in. So the thigh squeezing towards the abdomen and the knee squeezing towards the chest. And there's not much movement, but there's a lot of breath. So try to be patient with this. Know that there's more going on than you think. And the inhale, the floating away, is really making space so that you can deepen with your exhalation. Following the breath. And then you'll take the belt around the ball of the left foot. So don't have it on the arch. Not recommended to interfere with those arches, but have it around the ball of the foot and press the ball of the foot up into the belt. And you can give a little bit of a tug on the belt with the hands and see if you can rest the shoulders and shoulder blades down. You can have the right foot flat on the floor and the knee bent, or you can have that right foot stretched out. But you want to feel completely balanced in the back of the pelvis and the lower back on the floor. And just first of all, taking some breath. The leg doesn't have to be straight. If it's a hamstring fight you're going through, just let the knee bend. And just give yourself as much slack on the belt as you want. And you can hold on to that right hip as you move the left foot out to the left. So if your right foot is stretched out, then keep it where it is. If it becomes too much, then you can bend that right leg and the right knee will be going out to the right, coming onto the little toe side edge of the right foot as the left foot is going out to the left. So you're stretching in both directions. Either way, either foot position, whatever feels more stable. You don't want to tip over to the left. You want to feel that both sides of the pelvis are equally weighted. And with the knee going out to the right while the foot goes out to the left, you really feel a nice opening in the front of the pubic bone, the front of the pelvis, while the back of the pelvis is grounded. And you're going to imagine that you're moving through treacle as you move the left foot up to the sky and the right knee up to the sky. You're going to release the belt and you'll bring the left ankle just above the left ankle over the right knee, just above the right knee. Press the left knee away from you. You can either keep your right foot on the floor, or you can lift the right knee in towards you, take hold of the back of the leg, or use a belt, or you can take your hands and interlink them over the shin. And if you keep the left foot slightly flexed, toes pulling back up to the knee, then hopefully you'll avoid twisting at the knee joint, but you'll feel more sensation in the buttock area on the left side. Now sometimes our chins jut back with this pose, so you can always have a blanket under your head or a block under your head if this makes you more comfortable and stops you from overextending the neck. Bring that right foot down. And now you're going to reach and take hold of the little toe side edge of the left foot. The sole of the left foot points up to the sky, the leg is bent, and the left knee is moving down to the floor near the left armpit. Again, with the right foot, it's up to you. You can have the foot flat on the floor, the knee bent, or you can stretch out that right foot. You again want to feel grounded in the back of the pelvis. Half happy baby. Taking some breaths. And then bringing both feet flat on the floor, hip distance apart. And then windscreen wiping the legs from side to side, just to release any tension, ironing out any creases. Hopefully making the lower back and the hips feel comfortable, and then you can rest either with the inner knees touching, or you can stretch out your legs, and when you've finished, roll onto your side and gently come up.